think about S for sensitive. That's like the spiritual world. We can feel them approaching us. We can feel
Yeah.
them when they're in the room. It's a lot of fun to be like in antique stores and stuff like that because they're all over the place. They're on the energy. They're on the energy of
Yeah.
the whatever antiques and stuff like that. But you're a sensitive, so you do. Ghosts would be attracted to you because you're very loving and kind, but they probably need your help to assist them on the other side. But when you can see ghosts, you can typically see loved ones too. And if you are seeing them in dreams, it's not a dream; it's actually a visitation.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just
So,
recently had that. So,
and
but
that was within the last
yeah.
three. Was that the last 3 days, the last 3 weeks, or something? I'm
Mm-hmm.
hearing last
Last three
last three.
days. Last three
Yep.
days.
And
That's
was that
right.
a motherly figure? I'm hearing like it was a motherly
Yeah.
figure that came through.
Yeah.
No, but I'm hearing mother's mother step up. Was that like
Mm-hmm.
your grandmother came through or your
Yeah.
mom?
Yes. My
Okay,
grandmother.
so okay, so I'm like, she's saying like what they do is they tell me stuff like only you're gonna know. They're gonna say like who they are. They're gonna say, if you're seeing them or hearing them. But she's come to you many times.
Yeah. Yes, she has.
And then she's also given me a lot of pressure in my heart and chest, like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
So what was going on with the chest area too? Like, I almost feel like it was two things though. Was it lung and cardiac? Because I'm getting chest pain going like this, but it
Cardiac.
also feels like somebody's sitting on me. So, and she's saying history. Was there a history like of heart issues with her or like other heart
Heart
attacks or
attack.
something?
She had a heart
Okay. So
attack.
she's telling me like this happened to her before
Mm.
also, like she had a history of this. So I clearly see her. Was there something with a space between her teeth or something with her teeth? Because she's trying to smile, but looks like there's something with the teeth in the front. If that
Uh,
doesn't make sense, you can say no, but something with
they
the teeth.
she had that was the last image I seen of her, the tube, the breathing tube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it like between her teeth or something? Because I'm getting like something between her teeth, and I didn't know if that would make any sense. Oh, okay.
Other than that, just she chewed tobacco. So
Okay. Okay. No, I didn't. That's funny. And there's something about one, two, three. Are you like one of three children?
my mom and then my sister and me. That's the children that she looked over.
Okay, but are you one of three children?
No, well, not on my mom's side. It's just
Okay,
me
so
me and my sister on my mom's side.
okay, but was there any children that had passed away from miscarriages that you were aware of from your mom?
Not that I'm aware of. If
Okay, you
if it
might want to ask
happened,
your mom and let me know
might
if I
happen.
talk to you later because she's going, you're one of three. You're one of three. And that
If
usually
that
means
happened,
like if
yeah.
there's a miscarriage or something that happened,
Hmm.
they count as three because God,
Yeah,
they create a soul. So you'll have to ask your parents and let me know later.
that's interesting. I'd be happy to find that out. So yeah, so maybe something happened that
Yep.
I never know.
I'm gonna just pop over real quick to, I know we don't have a lot of time, but like psychic stuff too. Like you're with somebody right now
Hmm.
and you have to like, I don't know if I see like this, like, so if you're not married, you need to marry this person.
Okay,
Does this make sense?
that makes sense. It's tough
And I
though.
mean, I'm like, nothing like putting pressure on you, Marcus,
Yeah,
but I'm hearing something about seven. Have you been together 7 months or since July or something with seven?
I think it's been about 7 months since we've been back together.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Seven
Mm.
months. And I know that was like a lot of back and forth. You already just said together, back together, but I'm hearing there was like, were there two or three splits beforehand?
3 sounds about right. I think it's about 3. Yeah, it sounds about 3. I think about 3.
Okay. And I'm hearing like you've got to let some stuff go to let that work. You got to let it go. You
Yeah,
have to let it go.
yeah,
She's trying, but you have to let it go.
yes.
Okay. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
All right. So I'm hearing like, I don't want to get into personal stuff because,
Okay.
this is like, about you and I don't want to but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I know that can be very vague, but I don't want to like, I'm hearing like, don't talk about that on here. So I'm hearing like, let it go, trust it
Uh-huh.
because trust this journey because this is a really good person for you. And she really does love you. I'm getting female, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I got a female energy. So, but I'm hearing like, she really loves you. You
Okay.
have to let it go. Like she's making a lot of change for you. And I do feel like there's a child somewhere, or maybe there's a child coming. Is there a child that you both had together, or was there something with a history of a child?
Yeah, we got children together.
Okay. Okay. So you have children together?
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So, because I'm like, because there was something definitely there with a child. I didn't get children, but I did heard child. So I'll take that. That's close enough. Um, but I would say like within the next year or so, like if you are not married yet or whatever, I don't know if you were married, but I'm hearing like marriage over and over again. So you might want to think about doing that. This is a
No.
person that's going to be good for you. And and I feel like there's something about four also. Were you together for 4 years or have you known each other for 4 years? Something about four.
Um, no, we haven't known each other for 4 years. It's been longer than that. I don't know the four. I don't know the
What is
four.
four though? It's really has to do with your relationships. Did something happen like 4 years ago that really caused a split or caused a
That would have
split?
been four. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were going to get married for 4 years ago. That would have been 4 years ago.
That would have been like 2017.
Right. Yeah. That was the dramatic split. That's when we had the dramatic split.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That
that's
was
what I'm
our
hearing.
last
So like
dramatic split.
2000, 4 years ago, like four, 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 and like what happens is your higher self will like repeat things that you need to know,
Right.
so you can go back. And it's really hard, like when people are receiving information because they're like, "Oh my God, I gotta like go back and count," and so it's that was like the game changer right there. And
Right.
then there was like a 1 or 2 year split or something, but more than that, probably. Obviously, you said you just got back together again, but there's something. I don't know if there was another get back together in between that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing like the 4 years, like yeah. So you got to trust this journey and where it leads you, and since you're so intuitive, trust with your gut too, because it's never going to lead you the wrong way. Like you are so empathic that you're going to know in your stomach when something's wrong, and go by that. Don't
Okay.
go by your head, go by your gut. Your
Okay.
gut is the one that talks to you when it comes to intuition, not your mind.
Okay.
Any other questions about what I told
No, that's
you?
that's amazing. So, I'm always amazed, and I'm always, very appreciative when I get, very good reading. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I
Um,
want to tell you too quick, like everybody's your grandmother, is there an S in her name? I'm getting like an S, or is she associated with an S? But she's saying something about an S. I don't know what she's talking about, but well, I know you're Marcus, but she's saying something about an S. But think about that. But I want you to know she is. I always get so upset when meetings like, oh, they turned into an angel. People don't turn into angels unless they were already like an earth angel, which is
right.
another spiritual type. But I will tell you, she does watch over you. She's one of your not guardians, but she is a spirit, like a guide. So what they can do is when people pass away, sometimes they can ask God if they can be assigned as a guide for you to help you
Mm-hmm.
like on your path in your journey and everything you need to go through in life. So they can kind of direct you. So don't be afraid to talk to her,
Okay.
and ask her for help, but always make sure you protect yourself and just say, God protect me when I talk to my grandmother, and then say her first and last name, so you're talking to her and not anything else. So this is the
Okay.
stuff like I teach when I teach mediumship or development, is like how to properly ask, because I get so upset when instructors or whatever, and again, I don't want to diss anybody, but they just like, oh, just connect to somebody. You don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Is it a
Yeah.
demon? Is it really a loved one? This is where like people are afraid of the stigma of mediumship.
Right.
You know,
Well, that's definitely great advice, and that's the first anyone gave that insight. I think that's very important, and that's probably
yeah.
why I always kind of shied away from not talking to anyone that's have like they're not physically here anymore. So, um, not here in the flesh at least. They're here physically, but they're not here in the flesh. So thank you so much for that. That's great value to take along. With that being said, there is a way to get in touch with you. Check out your website, check out your book. Definitely tell us about that real quickly. And I know we can go back and check out that one episode that you appeared on the list. That's great too. So maybe give us some insight on that before we kind of part ways a little bit.
Okay, sure. So my book is on Amazon. It's also can be found on my website, which I'll tell you in a second. It's called Who Are You? Are You a Psychic Medium or the Spiritual Worker? It's a real short read.
Yeah.
It's like I call it my class in the book, because it's really like a teaching book for my students or other people that are trying to discover if they're gifted or not, and actually has some examples in there to follow. So if you're gifted, they're going to be easy for you to follow. So kind of like aha moments, that can be found on my website and also Amazon. Again, it's called Who Are You? Are you a psychic, medium, or other spiritual worker? And it kind of like I talk about like how I receive information and what forms I'm receiving this information from, which a lot of people don't know. So I feel like it's valuable. And then my segment on the List TV show was about spiritual healer types. I did get filmed with them earlier about mediumship, but then COVID came back and they're afraid to put it out because all the number of people passing away from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't air, but the one that did air was spiritual healer types, where I talk about earth angels. This would be great for you, Marcus. Okay. Empaths, sensitives, and healers. And how you can spot one, and if you are one, because that's another thing, that those are areas that I cover as well. And then I do have a documentary that I just filmed for a murder case down in Provincetown. So that documentary should come out at the end of the summer. They're still working on a title, but it was for the Lady of the Dunes. So if anybody is interested in the murder case, I was the lead medium for that. There were 3 mediums, but she led me where she was murdered, which was not where she was found. So there was a lot of footage they're editing now for that. But if anybody wants to check out what's going on or follow me, you can go to my website, mediumlaurenrobbins.com. You can also check out my social media pages on Facebook, mediumlaurenrobbins.com. Same thing for Twitter, or actually it's Robbins Medium on Twitter. Instagram is Medium Lauren Robbins. And you can find out information and links, and you can follow me and see what's going on. And sometimes I do like Facebook Lives and do like quick things where I throw out something to kind of give back to people following me, like maybe some advice or something real quick on the fly. So I try to help people when I can outside of like my scheduled appointments, because I believe I've been very blessed that I've been in business for so long, and even through COVID, that it was meant to be that I'm still here. So I'm very grateful.
Well, I love it, and we sending lots of love and light to you, and we hope to have you back again and continue more conversations with you. So just truly a blessing and gift today to have you. What a divine appointment today with you. So ladies and gentlemen, you got the plugs, you got the links, so we're going to put that right in the episode description for you if you are watching this back. Watch or listen to the Transform You Live show on any podcast app, on Roku, or on YouTube.